You know, snacks are hugely, hugely important. This idea about keeping, a steady intake of fuel throughout the day to make sure that you've got an even energy level throughout the day is very important. A female should probably eat every 2 to 3 hours. A man's metabolism slightly different, maybe every 3 to 4 hours. So you're probably looking at breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then 2 snacks in between. Yeah? Now those 2 snacks, they don't have to be huge at all. They can just be a little something. And don't underestimate the power of, believe it or not, just a small satsuma. I mean, just a small satsuma would be enough to, keep your energy up, your mental alertness still there, your, stamina going very nicely throughout the day. Just one little satsuma. What do people normally sort of grab? Well, certainly if you've skipped breakfast, you're very susceptible to those Danish pastries sort of wafting by, at about 10, 11 o'clock. And the problem is, if you haven't eaten, then unfortunately, your common sense sort of takes a back seat and you tend to go for more your snatch and grab foods. So it is your Danish pastries, your crisps, your chocolate, your cakes. Not only are they hugely calorific, and as an executive, your waistline could be ever expanding. So you need to consider that. But also, if you really want that mental agility, that mental alertness that you really need to be that step ahead as a manager, as a leader, then they're not the sorts of foods that you want. Your blood sugar is going to come shooting up, and very soon afterwards it's going to come crashing down, and you're going to feel the effects. You'll lose your concentration, your energy won't be as good, and so on and so forth. So what you need are some decent snacks. Why not fruit? Fruit is your original fast food. I mean, you don't have to prepare it. Okay, a banana, you might have to take the skin off, yes. But, they're your original fast food. They're there, you just eat them. Apples are fabulous. Oranges, mandarin satsumas are great. Plums aren't bad. Cherries are excellent. Things like bananas, your blood sugar does sort of shoot up a bit too high, but hey, it's still a good suggestion as a snack, and it keeps you going. Why not nuts and seeds? And nuts, we're talking maybe 10 almonds. It could be 6 walnuts. It could be 6 Brazil nuts. They're probably the 3 best nuts that I would actually suggest to you. Have some cashews. Try to skip your the roasted varieties of nuts. They've got other less desirable elements in, and salted nuts, because obviously the government's trying to clamp down a bit on salt intake. So there's 3 nuts there that are quite good. In terms of seeds, pumpkin seeds, quite nice to chew on. Sunflower seeds, just a small handful. And what I would stress is that yes, you do need the snacks in place, but you don't have to go OTT. Just something small is absolutely fine. You might want to be a bit more adventurous and, take into work a pot of, hummus and a few little oat cakes. You've got some nice hummus varieties these days with, chili pepper, roasted veg on top, something just a bit more interesting than perhaps the original sort of hummus, and just take a few scoops with a couple of small oat cakes. You could also snack on carrots and celery sticks. So, lots of ideas. The 2 points, though, is make sure you have a snack, and secondly, you don't have to go over the top. It can just be something small.